Howdy, y'all. It is FRF, first round finish, and we have the post fight reactions and analytics of what has happened with the fight night main event of Magomed Ankaleav versus Bogdan Guskov. What a terrible main event. This main event sucked ass. It was just a bunch of bullshit for the first 4 rounds, and then finally Magomed started getting the takedown, I believe, in the fourth round and just went in for the fifth round and got a TKO due to the ref being bored. It is the first ever instance of a ref just coming down and just not wanting to ref the fight anymore. It's kind of a just a blemish on the light heavyweight catalog that fight was. But anyway, we're going to break down all these fights, starting with the main card, going down all to the very first fight of the prelims. We did pretty good on picks. So we went 10 and 12 on picks. Probably would have went 11 of 13, but Islam Dulatov pulled out from sickness, I believe. So we capped off the main event. Really nothing happened. Bogdan Guskov just absolutely zero effort put in. He probably threw like maybe 30 strikes the whole fight. It was said he landed like 40 to 60, but that is not what it was. I mean, it's just an absolute awful performance. Yeah, see right here, 45 total strikes, 39 significant strikes. Don't let this fool you right here. This is not what happened. This was an absolute bore fest. One of the worst main events I have seen in a while. But Magomed Ankaleav picks up the quote-unquote TKO in the fifth round to defeat number 9 ranked Bogdan Guskov. Alrighty, Steve Erceg versus Ramazanbek Temurov. I said that Ramazanbek Temurov was going to win a decision. That did not happen. He slimed out Astro Boy in the very first round, and he had Steve Erceg hurt multiple times. It was not a good showing for Steve Erceg. He did not really get anything off. As you can see, 11 strikes, but they were really just Hail Mary attempts while he was getting hurt. It was kind of a poor showing for Steve Erceg, but when you have a PED file, that's PED file, by the way, somebody who abuses PEDs, it's just really sad what this division has come to with two roid monsters coming in and destroying all of our hopes and dreams with Manel Cap killing my boy Kyoji Horiguchi, and now Temurov just slamming out Astro Boy. But it was a great performance by Ramazanbek Temurov. He's probably going to get somebody in the top 5 to 7 area with 2 knockdowns. It says 2 knockdowns, but I really think he got like 3 or 4. It was bad. He slimed out Steve Erceg cold. He hit him with just a straight punch to the neck and jaw area, and Steve Erceg fell flat on his face. It was really bad. But Ramazanbek Temurov picking up the KO in the very first round. All right, y'all. We are all on the pork parade. I told y'all this guy hits so hard. The Magomed's elbows were the MVP of this fight. He was coming in left and right, cutting up Rezbeki bad for the whole fight. Excuse me. Rezbeki just tough as can be. He got wobbled like 3 or 4 times in this fight. The front kicks just blowing through his guard. It was crazy. The pace that Magomed put up, just absolutely respectable performance. What a great performance by Magomed. John Pork coming in. It's this guy looks legit. Called out Ilya Taporia. Probably not a smart move for your second UFC fight, but we don't know what Taporia looks like anymore since that Gaethje loss at the White House. But Damian Rizbecki, tough kid, came out there trying to throw down. I told y'all, I don't think he's going to be able to withstand all this pressure and the power of Magomed. And he did, but it did not turn out well for him. Magomed was up there all night, just these slicing elbows. It was crazy. He was cut up real bad at the end of the fight, but what a tough kid from Damian Rizbecki. But Magomed was just too much for him, picking up the unanimous decision win. Rizvan Kuniev versus Tyrell Fortune. All right. Got this. I said Rizvan Kuniev was going to score a unanimous decision, And it was looking that way. He was cutting up, not cutting up, but he was attacking Tyrell Fortune's body with these knees. He landed a spinning back kick, I believe, in the first round that hurt Tyrell Fortune, and that's when he realized just go to the body, go to the body, go to the body. That's all he did was just going to the body, and Tyrell Fortune just couldn't take it anymore after the third round. The second round, he was really cut up. He had a big old blemish on the right side of his face. It might have been the left side, but there was just a big old welt on his face. And I know I was saying all these knees to the body, but he actually knocked him out with a knee to the head. He just got up there and hit it right on his dome, and Tyrell Fortune kind of did like a Derek Lewis slide where he kind of fell on his face and everything, and the ref called it off. But Resvan Kuniev is definitely a good I don't really want to say prospect, but he has had only like 3 fights in the UFC, but I believe he also popped for PEDs and stuff like that. You can kind of tell how he came out looking really big, like the blob on him was just like massive. Like I think he's like 260, and he is like 6'4" or something, but it just he might need to hop back on the PEDs because it was not a good look for him, but he did pick up the TKO in round 3 over Tyrell Fortune. Tyrell Fortune, I don't think he's that bad. He did get beat up really, really, really badly in this fight, but I do not think he is going to be this kind of UFC heavyweight where they fight for 3 fights and just get knocked out of the promotion. He is very fast, but he could just not take on the power and pressure of Rizvan Kuniev, who won with a knee to the head in the 3rd round. This is the second fight I got wrong. Abukar Vaginaev versus Saeed Ismagomedov, or Ismaga blah blah blah. Just not the craziest fight. Kind of holding against the cage, switching underhooks and stuff, just switching spots on the cage. Abukar got a couple takedowns. Saeed, I believe, got a couple takedowns of his own, and it's a very bad fight IQ by Saeed. He was piecing him up in the second and especially in the 3rd round where he had Abukar kind of tired and stuff, but he didn't put on enough pressure. He kept wanting to clinch and go to the ground with him, which was not a smart move. I believe he could have even finished him in the 3rd round. He tried this armbar in like the last 10 seconds, and he did almost have it, but too little, too late. Not a good fight. Just kind of boring. Just I mean, I told y'all I had a whole rant. I really didn't even break down these guys. I didn't really have to because I got the prediction wrong, but the same outcome kind of. I mean, just going against the cage and grappling. Even though Saeed did try to make a nice fight out of it, and I do appreciate that. But there's a bunch of fucking roid heads on this card. Like so many of these guys have popped for PED files, and it's just really bad. Like not a good spot for the UFC. But Abukar gets it with the unanimous decision. Alrighty, Walter Walker versus Thomas Peterson. I didn't get the heel hook, but he still got a part of that leg. He mounted Thomas Peterson from the back and tried to rip everything out in his knee, like I said he would, with a calf slicer. And Thomas Peterson just had such a defeated look on his face. He literally just tapped his own thigh and said, "All right, man, you got me. Wow." And the commentary was talking this whole fight about he was training with all these guys to defend the heel hook and everything like that. He was waiting. He was gonna be able to get out all this grappling and stuff, and he didn't. He did spin quite a bit, like a little piggy in the mud. He spun a little bit, and that was kind of cool. But then he reached the end of the cage and he couldn't spin anymore. And Walter Walker grabbed the top of his leg and then mounted him. And yeah, Walter Walker called out Herb Dean for the stoppage of Alex Bahia because Cyril Gahn wanted to give him brain damage. So cool, cool call out by Walter Walker. He was dancing and he did not want to get off the screen, man. He like stayed up on there for like 5 minutes just looking as he was walking out of the cage, looking for the cameras he could see. But great showing by Walter Walker. Let's get him like a top 10 guy. Let's get him like a reasonable UFC guy, maybe a grappler who can actually try to defend a takedown. Alrighty, this is the first one I got wrong with Dustin Jacoby and Mohammed Saidov. Dustin Jacoby just did not look like he was in this fight at all. It was really bad. Not really. Yeah, every time he pressured Saidov against the cage, he just wouldn't throw anything, and he was actually doing quite well. Muhammad was not really throwing anything in the first round, trying to get those head kicks off. And this guy, Saidov, I really underestimated him, but I feel like I can't really take too much fault with that. I could not find anything on this guy, and I couldn't even find like barely any fight footage or anything. But he is a fast light heavyweight. He is fast. Also has a really bad bald spot in the back of his head. Kind of looks like a white version of Leon Edwards. But anyway, yeah, it was not Dustin Jacoby's night. Ended up getting hit with a head kick and not really crumbling, but Muhammad that set him off, and he just chased the finish, and he got it. So all around, first fight I got wrong out of the two. Don't think that's too bad for me, but I was wrong. Mohammed Saidov got it with the KO TKO in round 2. Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Sam Patterson. Okay, guys, Sam Patterson is giant. He made Santiago Ponzinibbio look so small. It was really weird. Sam Patterson looked like 6'3". Made Ponzinibbio look like he was like 5'8". He looked like he was 2 weight classes above Ponzinibbio, and he got cracked in the first round. Just he keeps his hands very very low. Doesn't really bring it up to his chin a lot, and that could cost him. I know that MVP fight didn't nothing really happened, but if MVP was looking for a kill or anything like that, it could have been really bad for Sam Patterson. But he needs to learn how to get those hands up. But he found the straights, the jabs. They were all connecting with him during that second round. He just was battering Santiago with those. He just kept piecing him up with the straights. And eventually got too much for Ponzinibbio. He backed up to a corner and just got finished with the straights and the hooks and everything like that. It was a great showing for Sam Patterson to get the KO TKO in round 2. Let's break him off in the top 15. Get him a 12 to 15th ranked guy. I think he's ready for it. He just needs to help with that chin a little bit. You got to protect your brain, bro. You got to protect that brain. Ismail Bonfim versus Axel Sola. Axel Sola is legit, man. He was just on Ismail Bonfim the whole time. Look at these strikes. Look at that. You go almost 5 minutes in a round, and you throw 3 total strikes. What are you doing, dude? And the reason he only got 3 strikes is because he was holding Axel Sola against the cage, and Axel Sola was raining down these elbows to the side of his head. A couple of them got to the back of the head, and the referee warned them about that. But it's kind of hard to get that angle right, especially since Bonfim's head was just buried down in his thigh region. But it ended up costing him because Axel Sola got a really good elbow down there, and Bonfim dropped. Like he could have been out for a second, dropped. And Bonfim, this guy ain't it. Your brother's pretty good, man. You are not. Hate to break it to you, you're gonna have to live off your brother for the rest of your life, and that sucks. And I'm sorry, dude, but Axel Sola came in, hurt him real bad with the grappling, got the arm triangle choke, I believe is what he got, and he locked that up, and it was over for Bonfim. Great performance by Axel Sola to get the submission in the very first round. Alrighty, y'all. Magomed Tukalov versus Brinson Ribeiro. This fight was also kind of bad. I mean, Tukalov, you can't finish Brinson Ribeiro? Brinson Ribeiro sucks ass. And so does Tukalov. This was not that good of a performance. He was so scared in the very first round. I mean, it was crazy. He was just what was he? Like a 900 favorite? And he lost the first round. If you are a 900 favorite, you should be smoking guys in the very first round. That is why you are that high up. It's insane that this guy went to a decision with Brinson Ribeiro. Now, he picked it up in the second and third round with the grappling. I think it was a right hook that he hit Ribeiro in the second round, and then immediately went for a takedown. And Brinson Ribeiro dropped dead. And it kind of looked like he got knocked out for a second. It could have been he was wobbled and he got Tugalov got that takedown really nicely because it looked like he kind of just like fell flat on his back like a piece of wood. But Tugalov picked it up with the grappling and the striking in the second and third round, and he got the majority 29-28 decision, but a very poor performance by Tugalov. You need to be sliming these guys out in the very first round to look promising. You cannot take these kind of guys to a decision. It looks terrible. So, probably going to have to round up another unk for Tugalov because he needs, I don't know, he needs more time to look sufficient in everything that he's been working for. But he did get the win, and I will give him that, even though it's like you beat you beat Brinson Ribeiro, dude. You know, I guess I'm happy for you, but still got the pick right, so that's all good. Nurulo Alia versus Mike Davis. I feel like I called this fight perfectly. I mean, I said Aliev was going to have like 12 to 13 minutes of control time, and I believe he had 10, maybe like 10 and a half minutes of control time. Mike Davis could not get anything off. Little Habib was on it. Look at that. 13 significant strikes. I mean, can you get much better than that in a 3-round fight? Tommy McMillan, eat your fucking heart out. That that's like four significant strikes per round. 4 fucking significant strikes per round is something I couldn't even like wrap my head around. That's just crazy. It was really just ragnalling Mike Davis for the full 3 rounds. Mike Davis couldn't get anything off. I mean, I called this. I'm patting myself on the back. Gonna give a good pat myself on the back. Called this one perfectly. Mike Davis couldn't get anything around when he fought Freziem. He was getting slammed down, everything. Freziem is a big guy, way bigger than Aliev, but you just can't beat that Dagestani pressure. I mean, look at these guys. What do you think? Look at look at these guys. What do you think was gonna happen? I mean, come on, man. There you go. Nurul Aliev, 30-27 decision. And the very first fight of Cody Gibson versus Abdul Hussein. Now, another heavy favorite that did not look good. And this one honestly shocked me. I mean, he won all 3 rounds. I do think he won all 3 rounds. Uh, I th- the first round's kind of crazy because Cody Gibson locked in a couple of submission attempts straight out the bat, and I was watching as soon as I started this card. It was like started at 8 o'clock, as you can see over here. I was half asleep. I was just checking it. I was like, is that Cody Gibson locking in I don't even know what he went for, like a guillotine or a arm and triangle choke on Abdul Hussein in the first minute of the first round? Is this really gonna happen? And it didn't. Abdul Hussein popped out of everything. And when your fighter, as a cornerman, when your fighter says he doesn't have anything enough, you stop that fight. I understand if you are Ilya Taporia and you want to continue, but your cornerman says, hey man, no, we're calling it off. This is the first fight of a fight night of Magomed Ankaleav versus Bogdan Guskov. You do not get your fighter like that and send him out of the third round, or the second round, just to get finished in the third round. That is too much damage that he took. He tapped, but he could have been put out. What if he said, okay, these guys want me to go back in. I'm going to die like a hero. And he could have went out. That's too much damage that your fighter takes. You don't do that. It's a blatant disrespect to your fighter, sending him out like that when he says you have enough. If he says he doesn't have anything left, he doesn't have anything left, and it is your duty as a cornerman to stop that fight. Especially coming in on short notice. It is insane that they let that happen to Cody Gibson. Abdul Hussein picked it up in the second and third round and ended up with this could have been another arm triangle choke. I think 2 of them happened with the arm triangle choke, or I think they were both arm triangle chokes, or I think the first arm triangle I called was a Darce choke, actually, when I think about it now. But that Abdul Hussein, I think he's got to pick it up a little bit as well. These heavy favorites, really, I mean, some of them performed pretty well, but really they gotta step up their game if they want to keep their hot streak of being 600 overall favorites. 800, 900 for Tukalov is crazy, dude. That's insane. Don't ever put. I mean, it's not even disrespectful for Brinson Rosario because he's so shitty, but it's these guys have to like see their competition and realize, okay, maybe a 400 favorite or a 300 favorite. But anyway, Abdul Hussein gets it done with a third round submission. I said first round submission. He got it done in the third. Got to hit the pads a little more. Got to get down with being active in the first and second round more. But he did get it anyway. Alrighty, y'all, and that is going to be the end of my video. I did pretty well for my first card. I will say, again, I was like 10 and 12. I shouldn't have picked the underdog in. Where's that? There the guys are. Fucking these motherfuckers right here. God, that pissed me off so bad. Come on, man. If you're just, I don't want to get in another rant. I'm not going to get another rant. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. 10 and 12, great way to start off my very first video with the predictions. If you watched this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you stick around. I hope you watch all the rest of my videos. I hope you fall in love with me. I hope all your kids grow up and to be happy and healthy. I hope you live to 100 years old. I love y'all all so much. But anyway, I am FRF, first round finish, and this has been my instant reaction to the whole card of Magomed Ankaleav versus Bogdan Guskov. Thank you.